But what struck me was how this side of the mountain seemed so much quieter, almost a world apart from Zamindavar.
So you ever see any sort of representatives from the Afghan government?
The Afghanistan, the Dawlat, the Khana, the second reminder, the Lera, since 3 years, none of them show up.
No facility, no school,
no clinics,
nothing at all.
Clearly nervous but determined, village elders approach the soldiers to talk. Their body language is clear from the beginning. They're furious at the intrusion into their daily lives.
We don't need power, we don't need drinking water, we don't need anything. We just need the security. So whenever there's one single fire on you guys are dropping the bombs and killing several local people.
May I say that, and I do stress this, when we open fire, we are very much opening fire at the Taliban.
The reaction in every village we visited was the same. Is it not just a case of anyone who turns up just causes trouble?
Yeah, that's
and
exactly
that's just
what it
bad news, whoever comes into town.
Yeah, it is, and I think because this is sort of right at the far end of Helmand right now, you know, it's taken time for security to come here, and it will take time, and they will build out from the centres, as you know. Yeah. And hence, it's probably quite confusing for the local elders that you see walking away. You know, they don't know what to believe.
They were furious though, weren't they?
Yeah. And then we turn up for 5 minutes and...
In some, so far off the beaten track it's difficult to imagine how they survive. The elders were in no mood to even indicate that they wanted for anything.
When was the last time you saw ISAF forces here?
They had this conversation with the Russians.
No, this is the first time we are coming here.
Ever, or for how long? A year?
They said that just the Russians come there.
Oh,
but nothing.
First from the Russians. Have they seen anyone from the government of Afghanistan here?
The Pathfinders have reached the furthest point on their first operation.
7-0, ready for Delta.
Roger, first grid, 4-1 Sierra Papa Romeo. 83539, read back.
The mission is taking its toll on the men and their equipment.
Give him a smile, Rory.
Just keeping going is tough out here. They're only 7 days into a mission scheduled to last 42.
You alright, Chris?
Yeah, I'm alright. Yourself?
Good.
Used to?
Yes, mate.
Good.
The wear and tear on the trucks is becoming a real problem. The management computer on a vehicle has died. Stuck in the desert, the Pathfinder's mechanic, Mick Turner, plans to hotwire the truck. It'll drive, but it's an unreliable running repair. Impossible to know when it will break down.
It's BDR basically. It'll start, but it's a temporary measure. And hopefully that'll get us back to one of the fobs.
The four-wheel drive system on one of the others has cracked. It can't be fixed. It will have to be towed.
If I unplug it and just throw it in bird, back onto yours, bird. How long are you going to be here?
The second one has just come in today. I've got a crack in the rear diff. There's nothing I can do with that out here.
How long do you need to fix the vehicle?
Matt Taylor has decided it would be best to return to Fob Edinburgh.
And that's possible for anything up to 4x4.
Stand by.
Into the evening, the Pathfinders work to get the trucks into some type of running order.
We're then going to leave the vehicles that are down, we'll leave them in Edinburgh, and then we're going to reinsert back into the ops box with just 11 vehicles.
The only way back is the way they came, through the Zamindavar choke point and the Taliban. Some of the soldiers are unhappy that with one truck broken and a second unreliable, they're losing firepower. I am, after all, occupying a berth that could be manned by a shooter, and by now everyone accepts that there will be a violent confrontation at some point in the coming hours. While the Jackals are capable of climbing incredibly steep shale-covered slopes, pulling the dead weight of a second truck is nigh on impossible.
It's not plain sailing out there. People are going to have dramas.
As I start to pull the strain, then you start driving then, so minimise your wheel slip.
We try to double tow, and as you know, you've got the weight pulling back, the weight going forward. I was right at the front. I heard a shout. I looked around.
It's going over. It's gone? It's gone. Which wagon?
The back one, the second one.
That's when I thought, this is all we need, basically. Not only are we towing a vehicle, we've now got another road vehicle.
Right, let's get this on hook. Let's get this one pulled up.
Quite an awkward situation to be in, because especially, you know, the heat, the fact that we're in the middle of a marked deposition for the Taliban.
We've got to get her back up on here, mate.
We knew there was a lot of Taliban forces literally just over the mountain. And when that toppled over, we knew obviously it was going to be a big delay, and we were quite vulnerable.
The key is to get the convoy on its way and over into the Zamindavar Valley.
So one of the trucks has something of a bodge job to keep it going. One has completely stopped working, one has turned over. Our truck is now towing the one that's completely broken. And on the other side of us, this is the valley where the Taliban have been firing at us when we first arrived. It's quite a difficult day already, what with the accidents that have happened, and we've got to go down there.
The soldiers are calling it the Valley of Death, the only way out, back through the Zamindavar choke point. We've been out for 7 days now. We're expecting an ambush, and we're towing a disabled vehicle.
We knew it was coming. We had intelligence feeds to say it was coming.
Before you go into areas, you get a bit of a twitch.
Looking around thinking, where's it going to come from? When's it going to happen? Because you're expecting it.
We're running in.
Then when it does kick off, it's almost like a relief.
That's a guy.
The main priority at that stage is to get that vehicle, especially the one, you know, the tow vehicle, get them out of the area quickly, and then let the fighting vehicles deal with the contact itself.
Yeah, but I've got to get this wagon out of here. I've got a towing wagon.
It's so hard to target a fleeting enemy just from one round and off he goes.
With your camera.
You know, they had pre-planned points where they knew they could get into, and we'd hardly ever see them. We'd just see the fire and then it'd be gone again. You know, the odd rocket, and then it'd be gone, they'd move on.
Okay, I'm going to get you to fire in position.
We reach a protective hill, but as we leave, we're lined up for attack by an RPG.
Stand by.
It misses by a few feet.
Stand by. Give me comms, for fuck's sake.
The Pathfinder's engaged, but he's gone.
Get this fucking gun.
Then, as we try to move off again, the tow rope breaks.
Okay, coming back. Calm down, coming back.
Trying to direct comms for across the line, and then I get vehicle down, and that's all I heard.
Get this gun going.
Is that the towed vehicle down? Is that the vehicle towing down? Is that another vehicle we've lost?
Clear. Good. Keep going, calm down. Just come back.